In the next 90 seconds, you are about to experience something breathtaking. Shortly, I'll make you try something called mesmerizing questions that are known to overflow a man's senses with obsession chemicals, making him feel so emotionally weak for you that he won't be able to help but chase you like a man possessed. And it'll all happen in under 90 seconds. Here's how. Try to think of a man you secretly desire, or the one who lost interest in you, or even that man who ignored you, pulled away, or just plain turned you down. Now grab your phone and text him 2 mesmerizing questions that I'll share with you soon. The moment these questions sink deep into his mind, he will feel a sudden addictive desire consume him from his head right down to his toes. A few more minutes and now he'll be completely mesmerized by you, unable to draw back, unable to resist you, and will hopelessly declare that you're the only one he'll devote himself to for the rest of his life. And all this will happen in a single fun-filled evening by just asking him simple little questions. That man who was ignoring your calls and texts will now find himself irresistibly falling for you and chasing you around the clock. If you're single, then every amazing man will feel magnetized to you by some sort of unfathomable attraction. That man who wanted to sleep around will now pledge to be a one-woman man for you. That unloving husband or boyfriend will suddenly be filled with so much love, fire, and passion that he'll worship you like a goddess. And that ex-lover who left you many months or years ago will now spend all his time thinking, wondering, and planning on how to get you back. I know this may sound a little too amazing, but it is 100% true. I know this because I have experienced it firsthand myself. I am not too proud of this now, but only a little while ago, I was popularly known as the King of the Fling. I was a proud womanizer who looked at commitment as a disease that I never wanted to catch. In fact, my life was way too exciting to get trapped around just one woman. Then something happened one day that made my life suddenly shift on its axis. It was a regular Saturday evening for me when I somehow found myself in the middle of this dance party. This party was unique because every 5 minutes you were matched up with a new female partner present there. Excited with all the options on my plate, I casually scanned the room when my eyes fell upon this sinfully gorgeous blonde. My mouth secretly started to salivate as I glanced at her sexually alluring curved hips, inviting legs, and a tremendously stunning face. I just couldn't take my eyes away from her, and just then, the buzzer rang. And I found myself utterly shocked because right in front of me was this woman possibly in her late 40s named Natalie. I started to slowly shake my head as she didn't look anything like the sinfully gorgeous blonde I was expecting to dance with. Natalie was a little short, had a few gray strands of hair shielding her forehead with a bit of double chin. My mind automatically went, oh, hell no, on the spot, but then I told myself, look, it's only 5 minutes. Eventually, you'll get to that cute blonde. As I reluctantly started to dance with her, she came close to my ear and asked me something so mesmerizing that my face turned hot, my lips burned, and my heart started to race. Suddenly, I felt possessed with a strong desire for her that I couldn't explain. It grew deeper and deeper until I just shamelessly stared almost like I was photographing her with my eyes. I found myself so consumed by her sweet words that 5 minutes turned into 20 and 20 minutes turned into several hours. Somehow, I felt connected to her in a way I had never experienced with another woman. And just when I thought the evening was over, she asked me another alluring question, and now I just couldn't stop myself. I held her soft hands in the most loving gesture and declared, honestly, I could dance with you for hours and get lost in you forever. And then I said the unthinkable. I shamelessly declared, there is something about you I can't explain. It's like you are the part that was missing in my life. Over the next few days, my feelings for her started to come in waves, higher and higher. She would send me an innocent question over text, and I would find myself craving to see her more than ever. calling her every hour of every day. It all started with randomly surprising her with cute romantic gestures and sending her flowers with sweet love notes. But I wanted to make her feel even more special. So I lathered her with gifts, would steal her for romantic getaways, and even introduced her to my family. And then suddenly I felt it. I knew it in my heart of hearts that this was the woman for me. One evening, we were snuggled up together on my front porch watching the stars twinkle. Everything was so surreal. Suddenly, she nuzzled in closer to me and I could feel her soft warmth and started to lose myself in her sweet, subtle smell. I knew that moment was perfect. So I gently held her hand, and as I kissed her fingers individually, I lovingly declared, "Whenever you are around, I completely lose myself and time flies by. Even the entire eternity isn't long enough when it comes to the time I want to spend with you. I can't see tomorrow without you in it. I want you to be mine for life." And almost shockingly, the smile on her face disappeared completely, and she suddenly broke into tears and said, "I have something I need to get off my chest. You might think this sounds crazy, but I've been learning subtle secrets of winning over any man using innocent little questions and might have used a few on you." With a sigh of relief, I screamed, "Is that it? Natalie, what you did was the most wonderful thing that ever happened to me. You gave me something I secretly needed but couldn't say it openly. You are my obsession. I just can't turn away from you even if you push me away now." But my curiosity was killing me, so I asked her to tell me the entire story. Natalie told me that a few months ago she accidentally met a man named James who was a master of thought hypnosis. She went to one of his underground private sessions where he did something that blew Natalie away. James was with a client named Barbara. Barbara was sitting nervously in front of James, kept biting her lips until suddenly she started to cry heavily as she exclaimed, "He wants to get rid of me and I just don't know what to do. Please help me, James, please." Barbara's boyfriend of 3 years had left without any explanation and wasn't answering her calls. James casually made Barbara send over a simple 12-word question to this man. And almost astoundingly, he texted back within 40 minutes desperately saying, "Your text made me realize something. I am the biggest idiot ever for doing this to you. I need you more than anything or anyone in the world. Honestly, you're all I think about, all I want. Can you please give me a chance?" This wasn't just magic. This was actually a miracle. Natalie just couldn't wrap her head around this. But then, James explained that he used something called obsession triggering questions. Research states that these carefully chosen questions rearrange a man's brain chemistry and immediately release a perfect blend of chemicals that are responsible for creating heavy feelings of attachment and obsession. The moment any man hears or reads these special questions, his brain immediately floods his body with obsession chemicals, creating an almost heavenly feeling of being love-possessed. Which means on just hearing these questions once, any man will ache and pine for you, yet won't know why he is feeling such a way. And exactly at that moment, Natalie learned that James had a large list of these special questions that he called mesmerizing questions, and handed over a few to her. Excited with this new possession, Natalie decided to experiment a little. She decided to test this out on a very mean womanizer who had played with her heart in the past. This man had publicly rejected Natalie by embarrassing her in front of her office colleagues when he said, "Natalie, we might have gone out a few times, but I don't think we'll get along. I mean, you're a little too old for my taste." And her colleagues carelessly continued to laugh at this entire spectacle. This experience almost traumatized Natalie and took her many months to actually get over it. But now, she casually texted a couple of mesmerizing questions to this man, and within an hour, this man texted back saying, "I just can't stop thinking about your question. Trust me, I was stupid, foolish, and horrible. Can I please take you out just one more time? Just once? I'll do anything to prove myself. Natalie couldn't believe how quickly this worked and ran back to James to share her results. James then explained that these questions work on the male brain the same way as if he's been injected by an addictive drug, almost like cocaine. It activates primitive portion of the male brain called nucleus accumbens. This brain region is linked with wanting, craving, desire, energy, and motivation. Which means by just hearing an innocent question, his senses will suddenly come alive. Obsession hormones will fill his bloodstream. And now, he will feel this sudden burst of desire, leaving him no other option but to fall for you in an uncontrolled way. And here is the most interesting part. Even if he knows exactly what you're doing to him, he still won't be able to stop himself from obsessing over you, as it just won't be within his control. Now, Natalie felt like she was in heavens of heavens and just couldn't wait to tell all her friends about it. One evening, she was with her best friend, Ava, talking about this new discovery when suddenly Ava teared up. She confessed that she had fallen for a womanizer who just wasn't ready to commit and was on the verge of leaving her. On hearing this, Natalie couldn't hold back anymore and shared her little secret with her. Right there and then, Ava texted a 17-word question to this man, and in exactly 27 minutes, he texted back saying, "The moment I read your text, it was almost as if my heart stopped beating. I was so childish and insecure. Please let me fix it. Can we talk again?" It didn't stop here. Very soon, her other friend Laura approached her. She is 58 years old, and what she told Natalie made her feel a shooting pain right through her heart. She said, "I feel ugly and unwanted. I have tried being sexier in bed, but it doesn't matter to Mark, her husband. I don't stimulate his mind anymore and have caught him watching porn on a number of occasions, and it is killing me." Natalie gave her a 13-word question, and that very evening, Mark held on to Laura like she was the most precious thing and kept saying, "You are so gorgeous that I can't control myself anymore. And honestly, I don't want to." Natalie also helped Mandy, who is literally down to her knees after having spent 7 years with a man who filled her head with a plan of a life together, only to cruelly dump her for another woman. It had been almost 11 months since her breakup, and her ex won't answer her calls or messages. Natalie shared a 12-word question with her, and almost miraculously, her ex texted back for the first time in 11 months and said, "Your text literally made me cry. Oh God, I don't even know why I ever let you go. Can we please start over again?" The most surprising one was Rita, who turned a habitual playboy into the world's most devoted husband when this man showed up at her work, got on one knee and said, "Will you be my wife?" as her office colleagues cheered him on. Suddenly, Natalie had gone viral within her little circle. All types of women started coming to her. Single moms stuck with commitment-phobic men. Women struggling to attract the right man. Women dealing with hopeless situations. Women who wanted their ex back. Women who had their man stolen by another woman. All types of women ranging from 18 to 88 approached Natalie. But then, Natalie had a big, "Oh my God, what did I do?" moment. She had completely forgotten about James. In all this rush, she completely forgot to take his permission. So with fear gnawing her stomach, Natalie picked up the phone and told James everything, expecting him to shout and scream. But with a cheerful voice, he said, "That's amazing. I've always wanted to help more women." And then he gave Natalie the best news that will also excite you beyond measure. Over the past 347 days, James has been working carefully like a scientist, and has squeezed all these questions into an easy-to-use online course that he now calls the Guy Magnet Online Program, mesmerizing questions that leave men obsessed. And here is even better news. You can have this in 5 minutes from now completely free if you choose. This is the easiest, most fun thing you'll do this year. It will be just like you are sitting right in front of James having a friendly one-on-one conversation over a cup of coffee. All you'll have to do is casually use a few of these questions, and voila, you'll see that one special man rapidly falling into undying, unending love for you in as little as an evening. I know your excitement is building, so let me give you a little trailer of what is about to come. Are your emotions hooked on a guy who clearly isn't a one-woman man? The fanatic addiction question turns down his thermostat of feelings for other women, while rapidly intensifying his desire for you until he jumps around feeling love crazy, craving to blissfully bond with you for life. In fact, he could be locked in a room full of Playboy models, yet he will run away from them longing to be with you and only you. The moment you use the "we belong together" question on that commitment-phobic man, it'll be like his mental lights came on and now he realizes you're the woman he's meant to marry. His heart will start to sing and dance inside as he visualizes you and him walking down the aisle, arm in arm, ready and so happily eager that he'll try to kidnap you and marry you on the spot. Did he play with your feelings? Let the hook and entice question work on this man for just one evening, and I guarantee that you'll roar in excitement the next morning. You'll wake up to 100 text messages from him confessing how he's been staring at your picture all night, obsessing over you, restlessly waiting for you and desperate to prove his love for you. The invisible command question turns any man into your personal love slave, eager to serve you, protect you, and be the man you truly deserve. This softly tickles his ego, making him feel that he isn't doing enough to please you. Now he'll write love poems, sing praises, change for you, grow for you, cry for you, and prove himself to you every breathing moment. Ever seen a man sweep every woman aside, cling to you, fight for your attention, and fixate on you all at the same time? The wheel of obsession question does exactly that, but with 10 times the intensity. He'll cling on to you morning, noon, and night almost like a would-be survivor to a raft, openly claiming that being with you is a wonderful dream that he never wants to wake up from. Do you feel unsexy around him because he never holds or kisses you without it feeling obligatory? The spontaneous desire question will have him quivering with a fresh desire, exciting him to new heights. Now he'll come close to your ear and will confess in his most masculine voice, "You're so tempting that I want to lie you out on the bed, undress you, and worship you from head to toe right now." Are you still not over your ex and spend your days obsessively checking his Facebook and nights praying to have him back? The breakup U-turn question reverses his emotional clock, getting him to vividly recall exciting memories and loving experiences with you. This fires off the same addictive and obsessive emotions he once had for you. Now he won't be able to stop himself from flooding your phone with 1,000 desperate messages begging for another chance. Is he just not able to develop any feelings for you? Use the delicious penetrative question and almost instantly, a loud bold message will play on an endless loop inside his head, continuously saying, "She is the one. She is the one. She is the one." And now you could be at the ends of the earth and he would still feel magnetically pulled towards you. Does he treat you like a fling? The "Lovey me, my dear" question will make a respectful desire slowly rise in his body, spreading across in waves, until he just won't like you physically, but will want to lose himself in you for a lifetime. With a tear in his eye, he'll nervously request you to be his forever, desperately hoping you'll say yes. Are you always living under the fear that he might not stick around? The 2 to tango question will lock his emotions with yours, making him feel bonded to you for life. Now he'll give you 1,001 reasons why you are destined to be with him, telling you stories of a shared future, moving in together, cuddling in bed, waking up to your kisses, and building a home and a life together. Is he avoiding your calls or texts after the first date? Just drop the virus of love question, and at first his heart will start to race, and strong feelings of attraction for you will engulf his entire being. As a few minutes pass, these cravings will spread further to the rest of his body, until he'll fall for you like a crumbling deck of cards, dying to make you his lover for life. How to build an invisible field of magnetism that very few men can ever resist. This will pull wonderful men to you from across the room, at the park, at the mall, or the restaurant. This is a unique hypnotic secret that causes instant attraction paranoia in any man, leaving him no other choice but to go crazy after you. Look, I could talk on and on and on, but I won't be able to cover every amazing thing you'll discover in this program. The moment your eyes scan this program, you'll feel like you're opening a treasure box of secrets. Suddenly, you'll find yourself living the life you've secretly dreamed of, as now, that one special man will be so obsessed with you that he could spend all 24 hours in a day with you, but will still feel that he needs more of you. Every morning, his first desire will be to pick up the phone and tell you, "I love you," 1,000,000 times. I can feel and almost smell your excitement right now. Therefore, I have personally set aside a copy of the Guy Magnet program with your name on it. Since we are talking for the very first time, I should let you into a little secret. James charges $300 per session to share this with his private clients, and his sessions are always full. It is almost like a high-energy party where you meet him as a regular woman and leave him as a true man magnet who can make any man instantly hungry and thirsty for her love within minutes. I've personally seen women fighting and praying for an appointment, but he's always booked well in advance. But you won't have to wait or spend money on plane tickets, hotel, food, etc. to meet him. Now, while keeping that in careful consideration, James suggested that he can't let the price be less than $300. But I know $300 might put it out of reach for many regular hard-working women, so I spoke the truth. I asked him, "Do you want women feeling stressed, pressured, and needing to stretch their budget to conjure up the money? Or do you want to help as many women as possible?" So he fought and forced our very stubborn publisher to offer a never-seen-before discount on the Guy Magnet system, but only for a very short period of time. So, for this one time only, you aren't going to pay $300. You aren't even going to pay $200. Heck, you don't even have to pay $97. By ordering today, only through this presentation, you get the entire system at a ridiculously low, one-time only payment of $37. Actually, click the button below right now. A new window will appear, and keep it open so that your discount is locked. That is a massive 88% discount from the original $300 price tag. But wait, now you must be wondering, hey, you said I could have it for free if I choose? Yes, absolutely. James will only say such a thing if he truly means it. So just do this. 1. Download the Guy Magnet system right now by hitting the button below. You can download it directly to your phone, tablet, computer, or laptop within 30 seconds from now. When you first see it, it'll excite you so much that you might do a little dance. 2. Pick any man you desire, even that man who has bluntly rejected you. 3. Use these mesmerizing questions on him exactly as described, and notice how a sudden avalanche of desire erupts inside him. And suddenly, he will experience 1,000 different feelings of passionate love that makes him want to possess you, capture you, and make you his forever and ever. If over the next 60 days, you don't notice that every man finds himself completely and uncontrollably in love with you, or it just doesn't work for you, although I know that is impossible, I still want you to let me know by sending me a simple email, and I'll return 100% of your money with a massive smile on my face. And even with that, you will be able to keep and use this program for as long as you need, absolutely free of cost. Consider it a gift from James to you. You're actually getting to look at it, experience it, and enjoy it all for free. But isn't this financial suicide? Won't James go bankrupt with a guarantee like this? Sure. However, he values your goodwill more than anything else, and here is a little secret just between us. Based on personal experience, James knows that once you see this course and notice how all kinds of men are chasing you to the point of madness, and are even making fools out of themselves just to win you over, you'll send emails after emails full of thank yous, and will try to turn James into your friend for life. So James isn't scared to make the best possible guarantee of satisfaction he can make. So here's what you need to do immediately. Click on the Get Access Now button below, and quickly fill out the order form on the next page. It'll ask you for your name, email, and credit card details. Actually, you can use your credit card, debit card, or even PayPal. Don't worry about your privacy or security, as our payment processor is even more secure than using your card at a gas station or a mall. Once you've entered your details, Simply click the Pay Now button and you'll be immediately redirected to the download page, where you'll get instant access to the complete Guy Magnet system instantly. But there is a little catch. You need to hurry and act right now. You see, we have a digital copy of Guy Magnet system set aside with your name on it as long as you're on this page. We went through a lot of hard work to prepare this course, and you have to remember that you are getting privileged access to this, because you either found us via one of our friends or a close colleague who knew that you deserve to have this course. Therefore, we have to put a strict limit on how many people we can allow to access this course at just $37. It is possible that we might raise the price back to $300 within the next few minutes or even completely shut down access. And to put a cherry on top of an already delicious cake, James wants to make this decision so painless and embarrassingly easy for you that he is going to generously give you 3 super bonuses once you invest in the Guy Magnet system right now. First, you'll get True Love Report, which is worth $27 in value. Here you will learn to make any man feel obsessively and spontaneously love-struck by you. So exactly like a 5-year-old dribbles, slobbers, and drools over a scoop of ice cream, a man will salivate and emotionally buzz whenever he thinks about you. He will itch, yearn, and hanker to hold you tight whenever you're around, and will blow your phone up with lovey-dovey texts whenever you're away. Next, you'll get the Man Training Manual worth $27 in value once again. James consulted animal trainers and learned non-verbal body language tricks used to keep these animals under control. He then developed his own shocking connections on how this information can be exploited and hacked to be used on any man to keep him loyal, devoted, and in a constant mode of attraction for you all day long. In fact, your man will feel an exaggerated level of satisfaction by making you happy, and pleasuring you will turn into his favorite pastime. And finally, you'll get the Male Mind Explorer report worth $27 as well. Discover how to mentally link your brain to his brain. Now you'll be able to decipher, decode, and precisely know exactly what he needs from you, exactly what he is thinking or feeling at any given moment, and exactly what action he is going to take next even when he doesn't utter a single word. This is a new twist on an old psychological process called invisible communication, which makes his brain completely see-through and transparent. You will vividly see what's cooking in his mind with pinpoint accuracy, the dirty secrets he's been hiding from you, the nasty lies he's been keeping from you, what he really thinks about you, and a lot more. Good enough? Okay, so now let's do some simple math. You're getting the main Guy Magnet system worth $300, plus the Love Trigger report, the Man Training Manual, and the Male Mind Explorer report, worth $27 each, which comes to a combined total of $81 for 3 bonus reports. If you add up the main program and the bonuses, you're getting almost $400 worth of products for a one-time only investment of $37. If you think about it, I am letting you ethically rip James off, because that's an almost 90% discount, and it won't be logical or rational to let a delicious offer like this slip away. Alright, now you've seen, heard, and digested it all. So at this point, you are left with only 2 choices. The first choice is that you leave this page empty-handed, completely erase and scratch out what you heard or saw in this presentation, and go back to living your life with that same old feeling of restless discomfort and irrational worry whenever you think about men or your love life. Or you could make the smart, wise, and completely painless second choice by following the Add to Cart button below and downloading the Guy Magnet system. And once that is done, you can sit back and experience feelings of relief, joy, and comfort all day by knowing that you are in full, total, and complete control of your relationships. Don't think of this as an investment, rather think of it as a gift to yourself. Think of it as a shortcut to a better life, a shortcut to more happiness, a shortcut to more fulfillment, prosperity, and peace of mind. Because if you think about it, what can ever replace that delicious emotion of feeling needed, wanted, and adored by the man of your dreams? What can replace seeing his eyes light up with joy when he watches you smile? What can replace that feeling of protection you experience when he wraps his arms around you in a warm embrace every night? What can ever replace that gratifying feeling when your man lovingly tells you that you're the only woman for him and he wishes, wants, and needs to spend the rest of his life with you? No amount of money can ever replace that feeling. So, I hope you make the smart choice today by clicking the Add to Cart button below and giving yourself a gift that you'll cherish for the rest of your life. I'll see you on the inside with a very special message.